guys. A long time. We haven't spoken. Anyway, it was just Veterans Day, so we want to say a thank you to all the veterans, of the different wars and the soldiers that are out now. And it's also a Guten Chodesh. This is the Rosh Chodesh. It's the beginning of the month. The beginning of the month of Kislev. Kislev is when we have the holiday of Hanukkah. So here we have a menorah. We've got a menorah right here. You see, we've got the Hanukkah candles, and we'll be using that for Hanukkah. That's the 25th day of Kislev. Also, I'd like to say I saw a nice book, Shattered Tablets. It's called Shattered Tablets. I recommend the book. I read a lot of it. It's by David Klinghoffer. Why We Ignore the Ten Commandments at Our Peril. That's got a lot of, he talks about every single commandment. Here, we can read a little bit from the back over here. Hold on a minute. One moment. Here we go. Let's see. It says, David Klinghoffer examines modern America through the prism of the Ten Commandments and illuminates the grave consequences of our abandonment of the commandments, both in our lives as individuals and as a nation. Is morality based on some essential truth, or is it defined by society? In this highly original critique of the American social mores and popular culture, David Klinghoffer argues that the Ten Commandments are essential to maintaining a morally healthy society. With the meticulousness of a scholar, he begins by excavating the meaning of the commandments. Drawing on the millennia-old rabbinical work Mechilta, he explains that the Decalogue, that's the Ten Commandments, was written on 2 tablets to show that when a country neglects the commandments written on the first tablet, those having to do with the relationship between God and people, the interpersonal relationships described on the second tablet, suffer irreparable damages as well. By striking off the Bible as a guide and turning towards secularism, America has created a crude, cruel, and dishonest national life. Addressing such timely topics as the controversy over public displays of the commandments and the battle over intelligent design, Klinghoffer demonstrates that Christians and Jews are united in their opposition to the pagan aspects of our culture. In the tradition of Hebrew prophets like Jeremiah and Isaiah, he describes our failings with humor and compassion, but also with anger and disappointment. As usual, incisive perspective on the role of religion in society. Shattered Tablets are short to spark debate. Oh, okay. So anyway, that's Shattered Tablets. That's that book. And let's see. Here we have also other things to show you here. So anyway, I would highly recommend that book. Now, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. Jewish Faces. M. Bernstein, by M. Bernstein, Moshe Bernstein. He was an artist. Okay. Here we go. Here, this is a Jewish man here. Here, get the whole picture. You can see he's got a very interesting style. It's like impressionistic. And he can, he's like a sort of blocky also at the same time. Here, that's one. Here, let me get this out of the way. That's one. That's the first one. Here, this is, see that? That's two boys in the Hasidic garb. That's a very, illustrative, the way you see their faces, you can see the way their faces are, the emotions. Here, this is also a man, he looks like he's praying. See that? His head is towards the heavens. And he's wringing his hands. That's also very emotional picture that he did there. Not wrote. Here, this is a picture of a man in a cap, you see. Picture of a man in a cap. Very nicely done. Here, get the whole thing, Here, you see this a young boy over here with his tzitzis, his talit katan. Also with his, he's looking towards the perspective of the painter. Another picture of a man. He might be a merchant. Here's a Jewish musician. Here. See that? There we go. Somebody looks like he's asking why. What is it? What's the meaning? You see that? It's also an interesting. This is a man also right over here with outside of the Staples. So anyway, he was an award-winning artist, Moshe Bernstein, and we have other things to show you. Here we have these, as I had said before. We have this, the Mio notes. We'll wait for next time. We'll wait for next time to show you this. This is by David Gilboa, Jewish Characters in Israel. You see that? Jewish Characters in Israel. Shiurim David Gilboa. So, okay, so anyway, thanks for tuning in for this time. Thank you very much for tuning in. And we hope to have more for you next time. And have a good Chodesh, a good month, and a good year.